Now we are going to see fs promise module, and if you remember in our challenge of asynchronous approach, we have seen callbacks inside another callback. So in that kind of situation, if you want to avoid callback hell, then you can use this fs based promise module. So here inside this built-in module folder, I will be creating one file. I will write fspromise.js. First, I will require this module. Inside this, I will pass this node, and then I will be writing fs. But after this, we have to write slash, and then we have to write this promises. Okay, very important. You write this slash promises, and this entire value I'm just going to assign to this variable fs. So this fs promises is a newer promise based version of our fs module, and mostly it is used in modern code bases, especially when you are working with ES6 modules or async await. So in that case, this fs promise is widely used. First, I will just read the file using our read file. Promises in JavaScript are also part of asynchronous programming. So to read the file, we will be using asynchronous approach. Here I will write fs.read file, and inside this we have to specify the file path. Simply I will write read.txt. Let me open, and inside this read.txt I am having this content. You can also use path.join how we have used earlier, but now simply I am passing the file name. Then second, we will specify this encoding UTF-8. So in asynchronous way, third argument we passed as callback function. But if we are using this pattern, what happens if we are having multiple code which is dependent on previous code, then we will have multiple callbacks. So now here we don't have to use callback. Instead, we will be using our then and catch block. So here I will write dot then method. Inside this, I will be passing data, and then simply inside this console, I will display this data. In callback function, we pass error and data as argument, but here inside this then handler, we are going to pass our data. Now to handle the error, we will be using this catch block. And inside this, we will be passing error. We are going to write same console.log. Simply, I will just display error. So using promises, in this way, we can easily handle the data by using this then and catch block. If you want another data, simply you can change the then methods. Now here, I'm just going to run this. Clear. I will write node fs promise, hit enter. You can see again I am able to read the contents of the file. So this is also asynchronous, and as I mentioned, promises is also part of asynchronous programming. So let me demonstrate. Here I will write log. I will be writing first line. Then below this I will be writing second line. Save it. Execute this. Now you can see first I am having this console. First is displayed. Then after that, this is my asynchronous. So it will be running in the background. And then second is displayed, and only after this processing is complete, I will be having this welcome to the file system. So using promises also, we are just following asynchronous approach, but we are writing more cleaner code. Now let me show you how to use async await. I will comment this. Below this, I will write async await. So for this, first I'm just going to create this async function. I will give the function name as read file. You can give any name, and inside this I'm just going to await, and then I will be using fs.readfile, and inside this I will be passing the file path read.txt, and second argument I will be passing this encoding UTF-8, and this entire value I'm just going to assign to the variable data. So here we are using async await, so we don't have to use this then handler directly. we can just log the data in console. I will just write here log and then I will be writing data. So now when we are using this async await, directly we cannot add this then and catch. Instead, to handle the error, first block we are just going to wrap using this try block where we are going to have our entire code. Then here we will be writing catch. Inside this we can pass our error object, and then inside this console we can simply display this error. So using this async await, in this way we are going to write our code. By looking at this, you can see this is more readable as well as this is very cleaner compared to our asynchronous approach. Now I am just going to run. You can see again I am able to read the contents of the file. Now here I will just give different file name which is not present. I will just run this. Now I am having error. So accordingly error will be displayed. I will have no such file or directory. So here I will have no such file or directory is available. So that is the reason I will be having this error. So let us understand key differences between FS and FS promises. So first, FS, I'm just going to refer callback based, that is asynchronous approach. So here we will be using callback functions. But inside this promise based, we are going to use promises. You can either use then and catch or you can simply use async await. And coming to readability, using this callback function, our code is less readable and we are just going to enter into callback hell. But using this promise based, our code is very clean and it is more readable. But still, we will not get rid of callback function, but definitely we can get rid of callback hell using promises. Coming to error handling, inside this callback based, we are going to pass callback argument error, but inside this promise base, we can use try catch block or we can use dot catch method, which we have seen in our example. Coming to performance, in callback based, we are having better performance, but in promise based, we are having slower performance due to promise overhead. Sometimes it will be slow, but in modern application, this FS promise is widely used. In callback based, it is having high performance and also it will be used in memory sensitive applications. And this FS promise, it is maintainable and it is widely used in modern code bases. So in interview, if they are asking you this question, so you can simply tell these differences. Now let us see when to use this FS module. You can use for readable code. If you want to write more simpler and more maintainable code, then you can go for FS promises. Then you can go for promise based FS module. If your app relies on async await, then this promise based module is going to integrate naturally. Then you can also use for modern application, and this is common in modern projects whenever you are using ES modules or promise based APIs. So in that case, you can select this FS promise module. Now let us see when to use FS for high performance, for memory and time sensitive tasks. So in this case, the callback based FS module will be more and more efficient, and also it is used in legacy code. So this FS module will be used in the projects which are using callback patterns. So in that case, you should still learn FS module which is based on callbacks, because in more legacy code, you will be finding this syntax. So now some of the advantages of FS promise module are it has cleaner syntax and it will be working well with async await for readable and maintainable code. Then easily we can handle the errors by centralizing the code with try and catch block, and also it is going to easily integrate with modern promise based APIs. So for that you don't have to do lot of work. If you are using modern promise based APIs, then this FS promise module will be easily integrated. So in interview, most of the time you will be asked this question, Why these FS promises are preferred over FS for modern applications? You can simply tell the points. It will be better integrated with async await, and also it is going to simplify error handling with try and catch block, and also it is easier to read and maintain the code. In other way, they can ask you, why is FS more efficient than FS promises? So in this case, you can tell promises require additional memory for managing the state, and also they will be using then and catch chains, and callbacks will be having lower overhead and they will be executed faster. So each module will be having its own advantages and disadvantages. Accordingly, based on your project requirement, you should select the module and you should be using in your project. But definitely, if you want to avoid callback hell, and if you're confident that your output is dependent on the previous output, then instead of going with FS callback based module, you can simply use FS promise based module. I hope you have some idea on FS module and FS promise based module.